Hi, welcome to our Friday flow class. Today we are working with the magic circle. Say hello to my lovely volunteer, Paulina. You're going to start lying supine on the mat. You're going to have your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. And you're going to have the magic circle in between your legs. You want to place that foamy part of the magic circle kind of close up to your knees, but make sure that it's not on any bony part of your knees. Gently squeeze the circle so you start to feel your inner thighs turn on, your pelvic floor starts to activate. We're going to go for some breaths here. You can have your hands wrapped around your rib cage if that feels good. Keep your arms long if that feels better. But you're going to take a deep inhale, letting your rib cage expand in all directions, filling your body up with air. And then as you exhale, feel your waist start to wrap in, those front ribs drawing closer in towards each other. Another deep breath. And exhale, knitting those front ribs closer together and keep them knitted so you breathe into the sides and back of your ribs. And exhale, wrapping it in. We're going to do 5 more like this. Each inhale going further towards the back of your ribs. Each exhale drawing further in. 4, 3. Really getting those abs to engage. And after that last breath, we're going to move into our pelvic tuck. So you can have your hands in a diamond shape, thumbs on your belly button, fingers on your belt. Take a quick peek here to make sure that you have your fingers and your thumbs in the same line. If your fingers are a little higher up, you're already tucked in your pelvis. So I want you to think about your tailbone gently sticking out into the mat. You're creating a bit of space between your low back and the mat. And you're going to exhale, start to draw your belly button in towards your spine. So just right here, don't tuck this yet. Inhale into your belly. And exhale, drawing that belly button away from your thumbs, closer in towards your spine so we get those low abs to turn on. We're going to do 1 more here and then move into those tucks. So on this next breath, as you exhale, draw your belly button so far in, your pelvis tucks, you press your low back down, and then inhale, gently stick your butt back out, rocking into neutral. Exhale, pelvis tucks, keeping those front ribs knitted. Inhale to the sides of your ribs, rocking back into neutral. Going here, 4, 4. And 3. 2. And after this last one, you're going to come right back into neutral. Take a deep inhale here. Again, find the light squeeze of the circle. Inner thighs turn on. We're going to move into our bridges. So you're going to exhale. Tuck your pelvis and start to lift your tailbone up. Going up 1 vertebrae at a time until you reach your shoulders. Make sure you don't go onto your neck here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, melt your spine back down. 1 bone at a time. And then rocking back into neutral. Good, we're going to do 7 more here like this, moving nice and slow, drawing those front ribs in. You want to make sure that when you reach the top of your bridge, you don't go so high that you start to overarch your low back. Keep your pelvis tucked. If that means your bridge is a little lower, that's perfectly fine. Move down. Still squeezing that circle here. Really getting those inner thighs to burn a bit by now. By engaging your inner thighs, we help connect more into your pelvic floor muscles, which in turn help you use your low abs a bit more for your tuck as well. Last 3. We've got 2. Excellent. And on this next one, you're gonna hold that bridge at the top. Feel your knees reaching long over your toes. That's helping you engage your hamstrings a bit more as well. We're gonna hinge at your hips. So you're gonna keep your spine straight, stick your butt out 2 inches towards the mat, and then re-tuck your pelvis and lift it back up. So imagine you're about to sit down in a chair, you stick your butt out, you're halfway down, and then you change your mind and come back up. Good. 6 more. Really nice. And 5. We've got 4. 3. 2. Excellent. On this next one, you're gonna hold it at the top. Take a nice deep breath. Really tuck that pelvis. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze the circle, and melt back down. If you feel that your feet have slid a little bit farther away from you, draw them a little closer in towards your butt. You're gonna squeeze that circle once more, tuck your pelvis and come up into your bridge. Hold it at the top. All you're gonna do is exhale, squeeze that circle with your inner thighs, and then inhale and slowly release. So you wanna make sure that you're controlling this movement, controlling these pulses. You're not allowing the magic circle to just open your knees back out. You choose the pace, and I want you to go nice and slow so that we find length as we strengthen all those inner thigh muscles. Last 5. 4. 3. 2. You're gonna hold the squeeze on this last one, keep it light, and you're gonna kick your right leg straight, reaching it long, bring it back down. Left leg straight, and bring it back down. Good. We're gonna do 4 more to each side. I know, you're doing really good. Woo. This burns like crazy. And 3. Keep that pelvis tucked. You don't have to have a super high bridge here. You wanna keep it a little lower, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you're keeping both hip points squared off with each other. So when your leg lifts, feel like someone's pulling it long away from you. That's gonna keep your obliques and your glutes engaged, holding that hip up in space. Good. On this next one, you're gonna hold that right leg long. Really tuck your pelvis, reach your right leg long away from you, and you're gonna squeeze with that right leg into the circle and release. In and release. 4, 5, almost there. 4, a little bit. 3, good. 2, and after that last one, bring that leg down. Left leg goes long, almost there, last bit here. Keep that leg reaching long and then squeeze into the circle. Going here for 5, and 4, 3, making sure that that left hip doesn't drop. And after that last one, bring your leg back down and melt down. Good. You're gonna hold that circle between your inner thighs, take a nice deep breath here, and you're gonna draw your legs up into tabletop. Good, so you wanna make sure here that your knees don't come in towards your chest, you're keeping them just above your hips. You're still finding a light squeeze there of the circle. Hands are gonna interlace behind your head. Make sure you can see your elbows in the corners of your eyes. And as you exhale, curling up just to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And then inhale to rest your head back down. Exhale, curling up. Inhale, coming back down. Good. Really nice here. And then when you curl up, can you squeeze that circle and lightly tuck your pelvis to bring your knees 2 inches in? Knees move back those 2 inches as your head comes back down. Curl up, tuck, knees come in, and then inhale and back into that neutral supine position. Going here for 6. You want to feel your head heavy in your hands. Your elbows are reaching long and forward so that we're creating a support system with your arms and your core for your head and neck here. Last 2. Holding it up on this last one. Can you come up a tiny inch high on your chest? Hold it there. We're going to go for double leg toe taps. Hinging from your hips, send your toes down. and back up. Down and up. We got 8 more here, and I want you to find a range of motion that works for you. So you don't have to tap your toes all the way down. You want to make sure that your low back doesn't turn on. So if you start to feel a pinch there, make the toe taps a little smaller. Last 4, 3, 2, and after that last one, legs come back in, rest your head back down. You're gonna grab the circle with your hands. Take a nice deep breath here, don't thank me just yet.
I was thinking the God, I don't believe it.
So you're gonna draw your legs back up into tabletop. And we're gonna go back into this curl up. So you're gonna gently squeeze a circle with your hands. Fingertips reach long away from you, and as you exhale, curl up, sending that magic circle up and over your knees. And then back down. Curling up and down. Excellent here. We're gonna do 6 more. Making sure again that your knees are staying over your hips. Think about your nose reaching up and over your knees. Last 3. You're gonna hold it in 2. Keep it up on this last one. Maybe come up a tiny inch higher and twist your chest to the right. And center. To the left. And center. Good. We're going to do 5 more to each side. Your focus here is keeping both hip points heavy on the mat. When your chest twists, you don't want your opposite hip to lift up and over with you. If that means the twist is a little smaller, that's perfectly fine. Think more about your armpit reaching up and over across to your opposite knee. We're going to do just 1 more to each side. And once you're evened out to the left, come right back to center. Rest your head down for an inhale. Deep breath here. As you exhale, you're going to curl up and send your right leg out long in a 45-degree diagonal. And then bend that knee back in as your chest lowers. Curl up, left leg goes long. And draws back in, head rests. Good, so we're going to keep going here. Really nice. You're still thinking about pressing into that circle, reaching your hands up and over, reaching your leg long away from you. By lengthening your leg, we also engage the back of your legs, which helps make sure that we don't rely too much on your hip flexors, and we also protect your low back. Looking good. We're going to do 3 more to each side. Nice. 2. Beautiful. 1 more. Once you're even down to the left, legs in tabletop, rest your head back down, take a nice deep breath. Looking good. And then from here you're going to curl up, send your right leg long and twist to the left. Come back to center, right leg draws in, curl up, twisting to the left, and to the right, left leg goes long. And back to center. Looking good. Really nice here. We're going to do 3 more to each side. Beautiful. Next time that you twist to the left and your right leg is long, you're going to hold it there. We're going to place the magic circle so you have one foamy part up against your thigh, hands behind your head. You're going to press your right elbow against. Press it against them. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. And you're going to squeeze as you curl up.
Okay, hold on.
Good, so you're going to reach that right leg long, right elbow against the magic circle, and you're going to pulse here. here, pressing into that circle, keeping your right hip grounded on the mat for 4. You got this. Almost there. Just give me 3 more. Sorry. I believe in you. 2. After that last one, we're switching sides. So you're gonna reach your left leg long. You're gonna have the magic circle against your right thigh. Left elbow against the opposite end. Twisting your chest over to the right and going for those little pulses. Squeezing against the magic circle here for 5. Keep that left leg long. Keep that left hip grounded for 2. And after that last one, grab onto the magic circle. You're gonna let your legs go nice and long. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Gently squeeze that magic circle. That's gonna help you connect into your triceps, your serratus, and upper abs. And as you exhale, sweep those arms down, rolling up to sitting. Keep your heels pressing down on the mat, reaching long away from you. And then slowly roll back down. So just like your bridges, you want to think about your spine lifting up 1 vertebrae at a time and rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. By pressing your heels down into the mat, you're helping again engage the back of your legs so you don't grip in your hip flexors to come up and roll down. You did beautiful, by the way. Last 3. And 2. On this next one, you're going to come all the way up. Beautiful. Take a deep breath here and just stand up. Good. So once you're standing, good. You're going to place that magic circle between, just around the outside of your thighs, above your knees. So step into the circle. Good. You want to make sure again that it's just around your thighs. You're not letting it press against any bony parts of your knees. Turn your face camera. Make sure you've got your feet nice and parallel. And you're going to go for some squats here. So as you're exhaling, you send your butt down and back in space. And then press into your heels and come back up. We have an audience.
No.
I like how looking good. So again, you want to think about sending your butt down and back in space. So your knees are bending just over your heels and ankles. That sends the weight into your heels, which gets your hamstrings and glutes to work in the squat instead of relying too much on quads. We're going to do 5 more here. And 3. When you squat down, you also want to think about keeping your spine nice and long. So we're not flexing forward, we're not overextending and sticking your butt out too far. You're drawing those low abs in, and on this next one, you're going to hold it. Good. From here, you're going to exhale and press out into the circle, and then inhale to lightly release. Exhale, press out. Inhale, release. Again, you're going with control here. 4, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and after that last one, you're going to stand all the way up for an inhale. Exhale, come right back down into that squat and hold it here. We're going to go for some heel lifts. So you're going to gently roll onto the ball of your feet, lifting your heels up, and then slowly come back down. Staying down in that squat. Looking good for 5. 3, 2, hold on this next one, Beautiful, keep it there. Can you give me little pulses, an inch down and up. You're keeping those heels lifted. Beautiful, you're keeping your spine nice and long. 4, 4, and 3. Last 2, 1, and come all the way up. Take that magic circle out. You're gonna hold it in your hands. Good, can you turn the other way? You're gonna once more, make sure you have your feet about hip width apart. You're going to reach your arms long in front of you, gently squeezing that circle. And as you exhale, come down into that squat, holding it at the bottom. Good. So here, it's really easy to go into slight overextension in that low back. Think about keeping those front ribs knitted together, your spine reaching long. Good. You're drawing those low abs in, keeping a light tug of that pelvis. And then press back up. So as you exhale, squat down, pressing that magic circle as you lower. And then stand, gently releasing that circle. 4, 5. And 4. Think about pressing a bit more with the pinkies out of your hands. It's going to help you feel your triceps turn on, which in turn helps connect you into your serratus, which is that armpit muscle. And that helps you connect into your upper abs a bit more here. Good, so try and think about sending that butt down and back in space. Really nice, knees are bending just over your heels and ankles for 2. And on this next one, you're gonna hold that squat down. You're going to press into the circle and release. Press and release. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold that press. Can you lift your arms up, keeping your shoulders relaxed away from your ears? Good, you're going to bend your elbows in, and then reach those arms long. Excellent. Keep those low abs drawing in, lightly tugging that pelvis, so you're thinking about curling your tailbone a little bit down towards the mat. 4, 4, and 3, 2. After that last one, you're going to carefully stand all the way up. Nice deep breath. And you're going to lie down on the mat once more. Round 2 of abs. Good. So once you're lying down here, you're going to start with your hands holding that magic circle straight up towards the ceiling. Legs are going to be in tabletop. Start with some curl-ups here once more. You're going to exhale, reach that circle up and over your knees, and then inhale to come back down. Beautiful here. 4, 4, and 3, 2. Hold on this next one. You're going to place that magic circle just between your ankles. Light squeeze, you're going to reach your legs long. And then you're going to bend your knees back in, grab that magic circle, and lower your chest back down. Exhale, curl up, circle between your ankles, legs go long, knees draw back in, grab the circle, and lower down. Really nice. You want to think about squeezing that circle here, getting those inner thighs again to turn on, getting those low abs to fire up like crazy. We're going to do 3 more here and start adding on. Really nice. Reaching those legs super long away from you the entire time. Keep in mind, the lower you send your legs, the more challenging it's going to be for your abs. So play around with that. Find a spot that's challenging but still manageable. Beautiful. On this next, you're going to hold your legs long. You're going to lower your head down halfway. And then as you curl up, bring your knees in. And then you're going to reach your legs long, reach your arms overhead with that circle. Legs long, arms overhead. Curling up, bend your knees in. Place that circle between your ankles. Reach your legs long, your chest lowers halfway. Curling up, grab the circle, arms reach overhead, legs reach long. We're going to do 6 more here like this. I know you got this. I believe in you. Almost there. Keep in mind, she did say that she wanted her abs to burn tomorrow, so I hope this delivers. Careful what you wish for. Last 3. Beautiful here. 2. And next time that you reach your legs long with your magic circle between your ankles, curl up. You're gonna hold it there. Keep your chest lifted, legs long. Can you go up a tiny inch higher? Beautiful. You're going to press into that circle for 8. Nice and slow for 6. Good. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here.
No.
Up a tiny Got it. Almost there. Last bit here. You're gonna hold that curl up as high as feels good for you. You're gonna hold your legs long, and you're gonna lower your legs down an inch and up, down an inch and up. 4, 6, and 5. Super tiny movement. 3, 2. Excellent. After that last one, you can bring your knees in, grab that circle, just bring your knees into your chest, or stretch out. Whatever feels best for you. You can rock from side to side to get a nice release here. Take a deep breath. Don't say goodbye to this just yet. Okay. Alright. So you can send your legs out long. You're gonna hold on to the magic circle once more. We're gonna do a little bit more abs. No, so you can lower your legs all the way down on the mat. Reach your arms up. And as you exhale, you're gonna roll all the way up to sitting. So we're gonna do 6 like this again. Just a roll up and roll down. Think about your heels dragging down along the mat. And you want to think about going slowly so that you're using your core and not momentum to lift up. Squeeze that circle, reach your arms long, yeah, just like that. And then slowly coming down. Keep in mind here that if coming up is a little difficult for you today, focus on the roll down. That's going to help you strengthen all the core muscles you need to roll up with more efficiency and ease. 2. Excellent. On this next, you're going to roll all the way up. Good. Take an inhale. Can you roll down halfway and hold it there? Hold it here. Come up a tiny inch higher. Right there. You're going to draw those low abs in. Come up a tiny inch higher just from your ribs. Yeah. Relax your shoulders away from your ear. Keep them relaxed. As you exhale, squeeze the circle gently and lift your arms an inch up. And then lower down. Up as you squeeze, down as you release. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Good. 4, 5. And 4. 3. 2. 1. Good. You're going to lower those arms and roll all the way down. Reach your arms up overhead, and this time as you exhale and you roll up, can you bend your right knee in towards your chest? So rolling up, right knee comes in, send that leg long as you come down, and then switch to your left side. Rolling up, left knee bends in, and out long. Good. Still thinking about trying to go as slowly as you can. That's really going to let your muscles linger in the movement, getting them to work extra hard here. Really nice. You're doing beautiful. She's never again going to agree to do this. We're We're gonna do 2 more to each side. And up. Last set, 1 more to each side. And once you're evened out with the left, you can lie all the way down, taking an inhale here. Deep breath. Reach your arms back up. You're going to exhale, roll all the way up to sitting. Inhale at the top. And then exhale to roll back halfway and hold it there, right there. You want to make sure you can keep your heels heavy on the mat. Keep your arms nice and long. We're going to go for a little bit of chest rotation. So you're going to gently twist your chest to the right and center, to the left and center. Again, making sure that your hips don't shift with you. They're staying grounded and they're staying squared off. If you start to feel that when you twist, one hip starts to hike up into your rib cage, think on reaching that leg nice and long, maybe making the rotation a little bit smaller. Good. We're going to do just 1 more to each side. So you're going to hold it on this right side. Reach your right hip long, ground that left hip down, and you're going to roll all the way down, holding this rotation. Reach your arms up, and then exhale, holding that rotation, roll all the way back up. So we're going into these oblique roll-ups. Now, obliques are probably, hands down, my favorite muscle to work out. They look great, and they're also very functional. These muscles help make sure that you can control the rotation happening in your chest and your hips. They also help connection to your deeper core muscles, which help stabilize your spine, which means less low back pain. It's definitely worth it. Last 2. And next when you come all the way up, you're going to rotate over to the left and do it on the left side. Rolling down, arms come up. Exhale, rolling up. Keeping that right hip heavy. Yeah. 4 or 5. And 4. Good. 3. Closing those front ribs. Yeah. And 2. Excellent. And on this next one, come all the way up. Come back to center. Roll all the way down. Give me a magic circle. Take a nice deep breath. Good. And you're going to flip on over to your stomach. So you're going to be lying face down on the mat. And then here, we're going to go for a bit of extension. So you want to, it's not a massage. You're going to reach your legs nice and long away from you. That's going to help, again, engage your hamstrings. It's going to turn on your thigh muscle, which is that muscle where your butt and thigh meet. Lightly tucking your pelvis forward, so you're pressing your pubic bone into the mat. That helps lift your low abs off. And you're going to have your elbows bent with your hands underneath your forehead. Good. Relax your shoulders here away from your ears. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift your chest into a swan and small extension. Good. And then inhale to lower it back down. You want to feel like the lift is coming from that mid-back, kind of where that bra line is. Shoulders are gliding down away from your ears. And you want to make sure you're not feeling this coming from your low back. If you feel your low back engaging, reach your legs a little longer, tuck that pelvis a bit more, and if it still persists, lift a little lower. Good, going here, 4, 4. And 3. 2. And on this next one, you're going to hold it up. Good. Shoulders relax away from your ears. Can you straighten your arms forward and bend them back in? And arms forward. And bend them back in. 4, 4. And 3. 2. And last one. Bend your elbows, hands underneath your forehead, and then slowly lower all the way back down. Beautiful. So we're gonna add the magic circle in here. You're gonna reach your arms back behind you. And you're going to hold on to the magic circle, but have your hands on the inside of the circle so they're pressing out. Good. So here, keep your arms nice and long, collarbone nice and wide. You're going to exhale and lift your chest up, reaching your hands a little further back. Pressing out into the magic circle is going to help open up your chest even more. And then lower back down and relax. Good. Reach your arms long and lift. Again, making sure that you're lifting more from that mid back. We're not crunching that low back. And lower back down. 4 more. Last 3. Good. We got 2 more. I know. And on this next, you're going to hold it as high as feels good for you. Again, you want to make sure you're staying away from crunching that low back. Keep it long. And can you press out with your hands into the circle? 4, 5. And 4. And 3. Beautiful. Last one. And lower back down with control. Good. And relax. Really nice. Okay, good. So you're going to carefully come onto all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to place the magic circle just underneath your chest. So you want to make sure you've got that foamy part kind of around your breastbone, the foamy end on the mat. Good. And from here, actually switch a little forward. Yeah, there you go. From here, you can send your knees back to go into kneeling plank. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can tuck your toes and come out into your full plank. So which one do you want to do? Kneeling plank and another way. Good. So if you're in your kneeling plank, full plank. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be your full plank. You're drawing those low abs in, tucking that pelvis slightly forward. Good. It's going to get your butt to turn on. I want you to press into the pinky side of your hands and lift your chest away. Lift your into my hands a little bit. Hi. Perfect. Good. Collarbones are nice and wide. And from here, you're going to go for a little tricep push-up. So you're going to bend your elbows back, lower down with control, and then lift up. Good. Lower down with control, and lift up. I want you to focus here on form rather than range of motion. So don't worry about how low you go. Think more about keeping your elbows bending back in space and staying narrowed in by your waist. Keeping that pelvis slightly tucked. Don't let those low abs sack down towards the mat or your low back droop down. Last 4. 3. And on this next, you're going to come down halfway, or just kind of a little lower. Hold it there. Can you do little tiny pulses up an inch and down, up an inch and down? Beautiful for 4. You can do the kneeling plank together. And the kneeling is a little more comfortable. Okay. For 4 and 3. Last 2. Lift all the way up and hold it there. Get that magic circle out. And from here, we're going to go for a slow release tricep push-up all the way down to the mat. So I want you to bend your elbows back in space and slowly lower your chest down. Good. Once you're lying all the way down, take a nice deep breath. You're going to lie down on your left side. And we're going to place that magic circle back between your ankles. Finding a light squeeze here. You're lying all the way down. You can have your arm reaching long overhead, so you're resting your head on your arm, or you can bend it if that feels more comfortable. And And then here, gently squeezing that circle. You want to make sure that you're reaching your right hip long away from you so that you're lifting up here in that left side of your waist. Shoulders are stacked over each other, hips are stacked, front ribs are closed. If you're feeling a little funky here in balance, you can always have your right hand in front of your chest, placed on the mat for a bit of support. You might want to do that. And then we're going to start just by lifting both legs up an inch off the mat. Legs, not hips. And back down. So legs lift and lower. It's a really small movement. You're keeping your hips stacked. You want to make sure that when your legs lift, they don't go so high that you crunch in your right waist and let your left waist collapse on the mat. Lift your belly. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that lift as high as feels good for you. And you can squeeze that circle with your ankles and legs and release. Squeeze and release. Keeping that waist lifted. 4, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Relax. We're going to switch sides here. So you're going to lie down on your right side. So just actually do that way. Once you're lying down on your right side, ankles are holding on to that magic circle. Again, you want to make sure that you want to make sure that you have, again, your body lines up, you've got your hips stacked, shoulders stacked, and you're lifting that right waist off the mat. Keep it lifted. We're going to start with those leg lifts. Good, up an inch and down. Controlling this movement the entire time. We're getting that lift to come here from that side butt muscle, which is your glute med. You should also feel your obliques working a little bit more here since we're lifting both legs. 4, 4, and 3, 2, hold it up here on this next one. You're going to squeeze and release, squeeze and release. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to let go. You're going to keep your legs long. You're going to bring your right forearm down on the mat. We're going to go for a side plank. So again, feel free to do this kneeling or full length. If you're doing it kneeling, make sure you have your knees stacked and your shins are back in space. Once you have your legs set, you can have your feet stacked or staggered. So one foot is in front of the other. That gives you a bit more support. And you're going to press into your forearm, into your feet, and lift your hips off. Beautiful. Can you reach that left arm up towards the ceiling? Really nice. Feel like someone's pulling that arm up. That's helping you lift here on that right side. Keep pressing into that right forearm so you don't sink into your shoulder. Looking good. And you're going to lift that left leg up an inch and down. Up an inch and down. Nice. Going here, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3. Again, only lifting to about hip height. And on this next one, you're going to hold that leg lifted. You're going to hold that side plank. Good. So all you're going to do here is sweep that leg forward about 4 inches and back. 4 inches and back. Good. Making sure that your pelvis is rock with you as you sweep that leg forward and back. I want you to make sure that you're sweeping that leg level with your hip. So imagine that it's just gliding over a tabletop. 4, 4, 3, 2, hold on this last one. Before you caught it. Got it. Almost there. You're going to hold that side plank. You're going to hold that star position so that left leg is lifted. Good. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down. Nice deep breath. Last one to left side, and then we're done. Good. So again, choose kneeling or full. If you're in full, you can have your feet stacked or staggered. Staggered is a little bit more comfortable and supportive. You're gonna press into that form, lift your hips off. Again, make sure your shoulders and hips are stacked. You've got that right arm reaching up towards the ceiling. And make sure you have your left elbow underneath your left shoulder, so we're really creating support there with that serratus and with your core. Beautiful. From here, you're going to lift that right leg up and bring it back down. Right leg lifts and lowers. Good. 4 or 5. Drawing those low abs in. Keep pressing into that form, lifting your chest away here. Last 2. Good. On this last one, you're gonna hold that leg up. You take a break. Nice deep breath. Almost there. Yeah, this is the final bit. I believe you know you're doing a really good job. This is not easy. Hold your leg up. You're gonna sweep that leg forward about 4 inches and back. 4 inches and back, making sure that your pelvis doesn't rock with you. That almost there. We're gonna do 3 more of that, and then you're gonna hold that star position for 5 seconds. Then to prepare. Okay. 4, 3. Keep that pelvis slightly tucked forward. And then after that last one, I'm holding it here for 5. And 4, 3, 2, 1.
You come so slow.
And you're gonna take a nice deep breath. If you go into child's pose, you can just lie face down on the mat if that feels good for you. Good. We're gonna get rid of that magic circle. We're done with it for today. Actually, no, we can use it to stretch. No? Okay. Good. So from here, you can stay in that child's pose. You're gonna go for a twist with your chest, reaching that left arm underneath your right armpit. Turning your gaze over to the right. That's going to help you find a bit of stretch in your shoulder and your lats. If you shift your weight into your right hip, you start to find a bit of extra length. Actually, I like left hip. Yeah.
This was weird.
And then we're going to switch sides and come back to center as you inhale. And then exhale, right arm underneath your left armpit. Good. Now shifting your weight into your right hip, adding a bit of extra stretch on the right side. Come back to center. You're gonna lie all the way down on your stomach, legs nice and long. Have your hands by your chest. Taking a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, lifting your chest up, reaching your legs long. Good, make sure you're not crunching that low back. Think about opening your collarbones nice and wide. And then slowly come back down. Good, so we're gonna move into a mermaid. I want you to sit on the mat. You're going to have your right shin parallel with the front edge of that mat. Left shin parallel with that left edge. Good. And from here, you reach that right arm up and over. So think about that right hip sitting down on the mat. You can grab your right wrist with your left hand, reaching it up and over a little bit further, helping find a bit of extra stretch on that right side. Breathing into the right side of your rib cage. And then come right back to center. You're going to twist your chest over to the right. Good. And then from here, you're going to come back to center. Bring your right forearm down onto the mat. Keep your legs crossed. And you're going to reach that left arm up and over. Deep breath here. Come right back to center. Switching sides. So now your left shin is in front, right shin is off to the side. You're going to reach that right hand up and over. Alright, left hand up and over. guess I'll become dyslexic. Good. You can pull that left wrist with your right hand. Keep that left hip grounded. And then come right back to center. We're going to twist your chest over to the left. And back to center. And then here you're going to have that left forearm down on the mat. Reaching your right hand up and over. We're also really well coordinated, like dark and light. Good, and then come right back up. You're gonna butterfly your legs, have the soles of your feet together, legs in that diamond shape. You can pull your heels in towards your sits bones. You can press your knees a little further down with your elbows if that feels good. And lean your chest forward. Helping find a bit of stretch in your inner thighs. Inhale, and as you exhale, sink a little deeper into the stretch. And after that last breath, you can come out of it. And we are done. So this is our Friday flow class using the magic circle. I hope you guys enjoy it and have a really nice day. And thank you to Valina for unknowingly volunteering.
Yours will probably look like mine.
Done. Okay.